When you stop searching for someone, it's not about playing games, it's about recognizing your own value and letting it resonate louder than any words. The truth is, when you stop looking for them, your absence can create a powerful shift. The old adage, "Absence makes the heart grow fonder," holds true in many cases. Psychologically, when something or someone is no longer readily available, the mind often begins to assign greater value to that person or thing. This is rooted in the concept of scarcity. What is scarce is often perceived as more valuable. When you stop looking for them, they may begin to appreciate your presence and attention more, realizing the void left in your absence. Imagine the strength it takes to withdraw your attention, to focus solely on your own growth. It's about reclaiming your power and commanding respect in a way that's impossible to ignore. When you stop looking for love or seeking their approval, you create an opportunity for others to truly understand what they feel when you're no longer there. This absence isn't just a void, it's a testament to the value you bring, making them reflect on the importance of your presence in their life. Let's bring this concept to life with a story. One Saturday morning, Donna wakes up in her quiet apartment. The sun shines through the curtains, but everything feels different. The day before, she ended things with David, someone she always thought would be there. They had plans, even dreams, but in just a few tense minutes, it all evaporated. Donna had grown used to David being her rock. He was the one she texted every morning, the one who listened to her joys and sorrows. But now, the comfort of having him by her side was gone, leaving her feeling lost in a crowded city with no one to lean on. Her friends were busy with their own lives, unable to truly understand the weight of her emotions. So Donna decided to walk through the streets they used to walk together. Every corner, every cafe, every park echoed with memories of David. But now, he was only a memory, not a reality. She walked into their favorite coffee shop, where they had spent hours talking. But this time she was alone, sitting in a quiet corner. The soft music could not drown out the thoughts racing through her mind. Every laugh, every word David spoke played through her head like an old movie. The world was still moving around her, but Donna was stuck in the past. Sipping her coffee, she tried to convince herself that everything would be okay, but deep inside, she felt terribly alone. At night, when the city was asleep, Donna lay awake, listening to the ticking of the clock, each sound a reminder that time was passing without her. But for her, each second only added to the sense of loss. Every morning, Donna woke up still following her routine, but everything felt empty. No one asked how her day was. No one shared her thoughts. She began to understand that the loneliest part wasn't that David was gone, but that she was no longer the center of his world. The pain of being forgotten, of being pushed out of someone's life, is the hardest thing to bear. But this story isn't about wallowing in that pain, it's about finding strength within that pain. It's in those moments of solitude that true growth begins. The silence, the loneliness. They're not your enemies. They're catalysts that make you stronger, more resilient, more focused on your own path. So today, instead of searching for someone else's attention, focus on your own journey. Embrace the power of your absence, not as a tactic, but as a testament to your worth. You're not stepping back to disappear, you're stepping up to become someone who is missed, not because they're gone, but because they've grown into someone truly extraordinary. This is your moment to rise, to let your silence speak louder than any words ever could. It's time to reclaim your power and make your presence undeniable, even in your absence. Number 1, power of silence. Imagine you've always been the one to keep the connection alive, reaching out, making plans, ensuring the bond remains strong. But what happens when you suddenly stop? When the morning texts cease, and you no longer initiate conversations, it's as if the music in a room halts, leaving behind an unexpected silence. This sudden change can be startling, forcing them to wonder, did they say something wrong? Why has your attention faded? These questions can lead to a wave of confusion and insecurity as they replay past interactions, searching for clues. In relationships, any abrupt shift in behavior can trigger self-reflection. They might start to reassess their actions, questioning whether they gave off the wrong signals or said something that was misunderstood. This period of introspection often reveals the depth of the connection or the lack thereof. The silence you create isn't just an absence. It's a powerful statement that forces them to confront the void you've left behind. Rumi wisely said, "The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear." In the quiet you create, they begin to hear the echo of your absence, realizing the significance of your presence in their life. The sudden void acts as a mirror, reflecting what life is like without you. It's in this absence that your true value becomes evident, something they might not have fully appreciated until now. But what if they don't seem to care? This is a crucial moment of clarity. If your absence doesn't stir any emotion or concern, it might reveal that the relationship wasn't as meaningful as you once thought. Consider it like an instrument in a concert. If it stops playing and the music continues seamlessly, it means that instrument wasn't integral to the performance. Here's where Stoic philosophy comes in. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control, your actions, your reactions, your choices. By stepping back, you're reclaiming your power and focusing on your own growth. You're not playing games. You're letting go of the need for validation from others and instead finding strength in yourself. Silence is a way of asserting your worth, not by words, but by actions. Either way, this experience is a testament to your strength, a reminder that sometimes stepping back is necessary for your true value to be recognized and respected. Number 2, challenge her curiosity. Let's explore the rise of curiosity, a powerful and intriguing phase that often follows your absence. What they feels when you stop looking for them. After the initial shock of your silence, the realization of your value, and the discomfort of your missing presence, something interesting starts to happen. They become curious. But this curiosity isn't just about where you've gone or why you're not reaching out. It's deeper, a compelling need to understand what's happening in your world now that you're no longer a constant in theirs. Picture this. They're scrolling through their phone, noticing that they haven't heard from you in days, maybe even weeks. Questions start to bubble up. What are they up to? Are they okay? Have they moved on without me? This curiosity quickly transforms into a fascination as they begin to wonder about all the things they don't know about you anymore. They might even start checking your social media, trying to piece together clues to satisfy that growing need to know. This rising curiosity is a sign that they're beginning to see you in a new light. When you were always available, there was no need for them to wonder. They knew exactly where you were and what you were doing. But now that you've stepped back, a sense of mystery surrounds you, drawing them in and making them want to learn more. It's like reading a novel and suddenly realizing you have no idea what's going to happen next. That uncertainty becomes irresistible. Aristotle once said, "The more you know, the more you realize you don't know." This perfectly captures the essence of curiosity. As they start to realize how much they took for granted, how much they didn't really know about you, their desire to fill in those gaps intensifies. Curiosity can be a powerful motivator. It can drive them to reach out, to reconnect, to rediscover who you are. And in this process, they begin to see you not just as the person they once knew, but as someone who is constantly evolving, growing, and becoming more intriguing with each passing day. In the words of Albert Einstein, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Your absence fuels this curiosity, turning it into a magnet that pulls them closer. Even though you've stepped back, the mystery you've created becomes a powerful force that draws them in, making them eager to understand the person you're becoming. So, as their curiosity rises, remember that your absence is speaking for you in ways that draw them closer, even if you're miles apart. It's a subtle shift, but one that can change the dynamics of your relationship, turning their curiosity into a deeper connection. Number 3, the void is not filled. Let's explore the powerful impact of your absence, perhaps the most profound experience they'll face, the void left behind. When you step away, it's not just about missing your texts or calls. It's about the deep, lingering emptiness that now fills the space you once occupied in their life. This void is a powerful force, more profound than just the absence of routine interactions. It's the loss of your presence, your warmth, and the unique connection you provided. The emotional safety net they had unconsciously relied on was gone, leaving them feeling exposed and insecure. It's like walking into a once cozy room only to find it cold and empty. This void is not just a physical absence, it's a reminder of the unique role you played in their life. This emptiness forces them to confront the reality that your presence was more than just a habit. It was a source of comfort, belonging, and emotional support. They might try to fill this gap, maybe by distracting themselves or reaching out to others, but deep down, they know that nothing quite compares to what they've lost. This realization can be startling and uncomfortable as they begin to understand the true value of what they took for granted. Here's where a key Stoic principle comes into play: the realization that often we don't truly appreciate something until it's gone. We live in a world where we constantly seek more, often overlooking the value of what's already in our lives. It's only in the void left by your absence that they start to grasp just how important you were. Your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting the impact you had, and now that you're gone, they're forced to see their life without that influence. Here's where they'll face the harsh reality. Your presence was unique, and not just anyone can fill the space you left. In your absence, they may come to realize that you were not just another person in their life, but someone truly irreplaceable. Your absence is teaching them a lesson that only time can reveal. Your value wasn't just in what you did for them, but in who you are. Number 4, emotional response. When you stop looking for them, distance has a unique way of bringing clarity, giving them a chance to reflect on whether their relationship with you is genuine or whether they are just drawn to the attention and excitement of the chase. When you are constantly present, it is easy for someone to get caught up in routine and miss the deeper meaning of the relationship. But when you take yourself out of the equation, it forces them to confront their feelings. This period of self-reflection can be enlightening, revealing whether what they are feeling is genuine or just a temporary excitement. During this time, they may begin to ask themselves important questions. Am I truly invested in this relationship? Do I value them for who they are, or am I just enjoying the attention? This type of self-reflection is important because it helps them gain a better understanding of their feelings, giving them the clarity they need to decide on their next steps. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. By stepping back, you're allowing them the space to think deeply and genuinely about what they want. This isn't just about giving them time to miss you, it's about empowering them to make a conscious choice about the future of the relationship. Here's the thing, this process of reassessment isn't just beneficial for them, but for you as well. It's a moment of empowerment where you let go of the need to constantly validate the relationship and allow them to come to their own conclusions. If their feelings are genuine, they'll realize it during this time. If not, then you've saved yourself from investing in something that wasn't real from the start. As the Stoics remind us, It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your reaction to this period of reassessment, whether they come back or not, should be one of strength and self-respect. Number 5, your value is a treasure. When you stop looking for them and step out of someone's life, something remarkable begins to happen. They realize your value. It's not just the absence of your text or call, it's the absence of your presence, your energy, your support, your unique way of brightening their day. At first, they may adjust to the silence, but over time, a subtle but persistent feeling sets in, the feeling that something important is missing. In the chaos of everyday life, it's easy to take people for granted, especially those who are always there, always giving. But when you stop pouring your energy into the relationship, they begin to notice the void you've left. It's like removing an important piece from a puzzle. Suddenly the picture is no longer complete. They begin to understand that you're more than just a presence in the background. You're the melody that adds depth and meaning to their day. Now that melody has faded, leaving an uncomfortable silence. This realization leads to deeper reflection. They begin to ask themselves, why did I take them for granted? What about them made my life better? As they reflect, they begin to see your true value. Perhaps for the first time, they realize that you didn't just fill a void in their life. You added something meaningful, something irreplaceable. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but having few wants." Your value lies not in the abundance of your presence, but in the irreplaceable quality of what you provide. By stepping back, you allow them to see the true richness of your presence, the impact you made and the void you left. This is your time to rise, not by chasing them, but by letting your value speak through your absence. The power of this realization is profound and can be the catalyst for a deeper, more meaningful connection in the future. Number 6, nostalgia and longing surged. Now let's dive into the development of nostalgia, the emotion and perhaps the deepest feeling they can experience when you are away, when you stop looking for them. After curiosity has taken root, something even deeper begins to emerge, a sense of longing. This isn't just a passing desire to hear from you or see you again. It's a persistent, growing feeling that intensifies over time, wrapping itself around their thoughts and emotions. As they go about their day, they find that every little thing reminds them of you. A song that played during your time together, a place you both frequented, or even a random phrase that triggers a memory of something you said. All these small reminders start to accumulate, creating a yearning that's hard to shake off. It's not just the big, significant moments they miss. It's the everyday interactions, the little things that once seemed so ordinary, but now feel irreplaceable. Longing is a powerful force because it grows in the spaces where connection used to be. Each day without hearing from you, without feeling your presence, deepens that longing. It's like trying to quench a thirst that never quite goes away. They begin to understand that it's not just about having someone around, it's about having you. The connection they miss is uniquely tied to who you are and what you brought into their life. Marcel Proust once said, "The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes." This growing sense of longing gives them new eyes, a fresh perspective on what you truly meant to them. They start to see the relationship differently, appreciating the things they may have taken for granted before. What once seemed ordinary now feels extraordinary in its absence. As this longing deepens, your absence becomes a powerful presence in itself. It starts to speak for you, creating an undeniable pull, a magnetic force drawing them back to the connection they once shared with you. They realize just how much they miss it, how much they miss you, and this longing becomes a bridge between the past and a possible future. In the words of Maya Angelou, You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. This longing is not just a reflection of what's lost, but a catalyst for growth, for rediscovering and rekindling the connection that was once taken for granted. So as this longing grows within them, know that your absence is quietly yet powerfully communicating your value. It's turning their memories into something they yearn to relive, something they can't help but miss deeply. Number 7, your absence is a great loss to them. When you step away, they begin to experience the profound power of reflection. After the initial shock, curiosity, and regret, they inevitably reach a phase where they deeply contemplate the relationship, about you and about themselves. Your absence creates a space that forces them to reflect on what was, what could have been, and what they may have overlooked. Imagine them alone with their thoughts, replaying memories of your time together. They recall the conversations, the support you offered, and the moments they may have taken for granted. This reflection often brings clarity, allowing them to see the relationship not just for what it was, but for what it could have been if they had shown more care and understanding. Reflection, as Marcus Aurelius suggests, is a powerful tool for growth, urging them to confront their own shortcomings and recognize the value of your presence. In this period of introspection, they begin to realize that your absence is not just a temporary void, it's a lesson in understanding the significance of what they had. They may see patterns in their behavior, acknowledging mistakes they've made not just with you, but in past relationships as well. As Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Your absence compels them to examine their choices, their actions, and the impact those choices had on the relationship. It's through this reflection that they might come to understand that their life was richer with you in it. The lessons learned from this period could lead to meaningful changes should the opportunity for reconnection arise. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Self-reliance is the height of man." Your self-sufficiency embodies a level of maturity and inner strength that they now admire. Your ability to flourish independently becomes a silent reminder that true strength comes from within. When they see you thriving without them, pursuing your passions, living your best life, they start to see you in a new light. You're no longer the person who is always there, always available. Instead, you've become someone who is independent, self-sufficient, and strong on your own. And in their eyes, this makes you even more compelling. There's something inherently attractive about a person who doesn't need validation from others to feel complete. As they witness your independence, they might feel a pang of regret for not appreciating your strength earlier. They may also find themselves drawn to you even more, fascinated by your ability to stand tall and shine on your own. Number 8, regret in perception and pain. When you stop looking for them, one of the most intense emotions they may experience is the sting of regret. It's not just a fleeting thought, it's a deep, painful realization that they may have taken you for granted and didn't fully appreciate your presence when they had the chance. Imagine them sitting alone, reflecting on your time together. Suddenly, the moments where you reached out, offered support, or made sacrifices become glaringly clear. They may have brushed off your concern or assumed you'd always be there. Now, in your absence, they see these moments with new clarity, and the weight of their past actions hits hard. Regret often brings a flood of if-only thoughts. If only I had been more attentive. If only I had reciprocated your efforts. If only I had valued you as much as you deserved. These thoughts are painful because they're tied to missed opportunities, chances to strengthen the bond or address issues before they became insurmountable. Regret cuts deep. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, regret is a sharp-edged sword, not always useful, but always felt. It's a feeling tied to the irreversible nature of the past. They can't undo what's been done, leading to a sense of helplessness and sorrow. However, Regret can also drive change. It forces them to reevaluate their priorities, recognize what they've lost, and strive to make amends. The sting of regret often motivates them to reach out, apologize, or try to rekindle what was lost. Your absence thus speaks volumes, urging them to reflect on their actions and perhaps seek to make things right before it's too late. Number 9. Power of scarcity. When you stop looking for them, something intriguing begins to happen. Over time, they start to perceive you differently, viewing you through a lens of mystery that wasn't there before. When you were always available, you were someone they could easily predict and understand. But now that you've stepped back, you've become a puzzle, someone whose life is suddenly more complex and compelling. As Seneca once said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which depends on tomorrow and wastes today." By withdrawing your constant presence, you've removed the predictability of your actions, creating an aura of mystery. This change can be both unsettling and intriguing for them. They start to wonder what you're up to, who you're spending time with, and what new paths you're exploring without them. These questions fuel a curiosity that wasn't there before, making them realize there's more to you than they initially thought. You are creating something special, something rare that they are looking for. As Oscar Wilde famously said, "The truth is rarely pure and never simple." This quote encapsulates the essence of mystery. You've become more than just the person they thought they knew. You're now someone with depth, with a life that continues to evolve and grow, even without them in it. This realization can be both unsettling and intriguing, as they begin to see you as someone who is not entirely within their grasp. Marcus Aurelius once noted, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." By stepping back and giving space, you've shifted the focus from trying to control or maintain the connection to simply being. This shift in dynamics makes them realize that they no longer have easy access to your thoughts and feelings, which adds depth to how they perceive you. Number 10. Love returns to. After the initial shock of silence and the realization of your value, the space you've created begins to stir a profound desire for reconnection. They've had time to reflect on what was lost and have come to see the void your absence has left. Despite new distractions and people, nothing seems to fill the gap your presence once occupied. As you've stepped back, they've had to confront the depth of the connection they had with you. This isn't just about nostalgia for the good times. It's about understanding that what they shared with you was unique and irreplaceable. They recognize that their life was richer and more fulfilling with you in it, and they yearn to recapture that sense of completeness. Here's the twist. This desire is magnified by the person you've become in their absence. The strength and independence you've demonstrated have transformed you into someone even more appealing. Your growth has made you not only desirable for who you were, but for the remarkable individual you've become. As the American author F. Scott Fitzgerald wisely noted, "There are all kinds of love in this world, but never the same love twice." This realization makes the prospect of rekindling your connection even more compelling. They start to envision a renewed relationship built on the growth and wisdom gained from your time apart, picturing conversations and shared experiences that could be richer and more meaningful. This deep-seated desire to reconnect becomes a powerful motivator. They may reach out, apologize, or express their newfound understanding of what they've lost and how they've changed. Your absence, once a void, now becomes a catalyst for their longing to rebuild and grow with you. In this dynamic, your absence isn't just a silence, but a testament to your evolution. It's a compelling force drawing them back not just to who you were, but to the person you've become. And in that desire for reconnection, they find a chance to fill the void you left behind, creating something new and extraordinary. When you stop looking for them, something profound happens. You begin to see your own worth and attract what truly matters. This shift not only makes them miss you, but also reveals what they feel when you stop looking for love. Instead of chasing, you start living authentically, and that's when the magic happens. If you found value in this journey, make sure to show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to the Stoic Goddess, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and ringing the notification bell for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.